Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. This video includes paid promotion. Well, here's a good question from one of my friends, Rob Art, and it kind of speaks to who you are as an analyst, a crypto analyst, TA analyst, however you want to put it. Check out this tweet here, and it's a poll, guys. If I called a top at $38,000 for a BTC, and then at $56,000, and then again at $72,000, and got it right on the fourth try at $126,000, did I call the top? Am I a good analyst? Now, it's a bit of a loaded question here. I'm going to say no, but guys, look at the poll. The poll is 50-50. Why would you think that being able to call the top 4 times is a good call? I don't quite understand this. Generally speaking, you have to call the top once, and that's that. But clearly, you should, only really be calling the top once, and that's that, before the market really moves to the downside. I don't quite know if crypto Twitter maybe understands the question. I don't know. Put it down in the comments section. I mean, me personally, with my Patreon, I give my Patreon subscribers an up-to-date analysis every step of the way, and I tell them exactly what I'm doing every step of the way. So if that's something you guys are interested in, you can always check out the Patreon, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is only a $5 a month subscription. It's funny, we're in an interesting spot when it comes to the crypto market. It is the summer. There's not a lot of activity going on right now. And, even if we take a look at where Bitcoin is trading at the moment, you guys can see here, if I throw this line here right at the bottom, we're taking a look at wicks. I mean, even if we move it up a little bit here to get that wick in there, we are, in fact, trying to stay up above this level of support here on the chart. Now, if Bitcoin continues to break down, here, if I zoom in a little bit on that, you guys can see that a little better. Bitcoin continues to break down, well then, of course, we are going to see some more downward momentum, and at this moment in time, it looks like Bitcoin is. We had 3 strong days of down, followed by, now we're in the second day of a weak uptrend, so chances are we're going to try to make our way up here, and then we're going to see another breakdown, but these levels are crucial at the moment. This is going to be probably the last, some of the last opportunities to get in at low prices when it comes to Bitcoin and definitely the altcoin market as well. Just going to interrupt this video for a second. Here's a word from one of today's video sponsors. Guys, let's be honest, the crypto market has been moving sideways for a while now. A lot of people are just sitting on their coins waiting for that next big move. But while you're waiting, your crypto is just sitting idle in your wallet doing absolutely nothing. That's why I'm going to mention it again, the long-standing partnership I have with FortisX. Instead of letting your assets sit idle, you can put supported cryptocurrencies into FortisX liquidity pools and earn daily rewards while still keeping the flexibility to withdraw them anytime you want. And I keep working with these guys because they keep delivering. The team is public. They've successfully completed Cyberscope team verification, so that's KYC. They've passed independent security audits, and the platform has been building consistently for years. They're focused on long-term growth, transparency, and security rather than hype. In a market like this, it makes far more sense to have your crypto working for you instead of letting it sit idle. I've worked with FortisX for a long time, and if you're planning to hold your crypto anyway, I genuinely think it's one of the smartest ways to put those assets to work. Remember, investing is inherently risky. Always diversify your investments. This is not financial advice. Fear and greed is at 36 at the moment, but guys, look at the board. We're in green. I mean, not by much, but we are seeing a bit of green in the space. These are the ebbs and flows that we tend to see over time. Very, very boring crypto market, I gotta say. These are the most boring times in crypto. If you guys are probably, you're feeling it. I'm sure you're not watching as many videos. You're, checking out for the summer. Some of you guys are enjoying the weather as you should be. So that's what we have in terms of the Bitcoin price action. When we take a look at XRP, we're pretty much seeing the same story for XRP as we are for Bitcoin. XRP trading right now around $1.09, $1.10, give or take. Few down days with big, large selling volume, followed by a couple of very, very weak up days. So again, this is the daily chart, and I'm expecting to see trends continue to move down and going to be placing some more buy orders. So again, you can follow the Patreon if you guys are interested in seeing what I'm doing specifically. And guys, as we're seeing the market go down, this is not a coincidence. We're also seeing the narrative shift. Now, It is no coincidence that we heard about BitMEX the other day shutting down, and now we've got BMX token crashing 46% as another exchange, Bitmart, announces their exchange wind down. So BMX is their native token there. Cryptocurrency exchange Bitmart will be shutting down its trading platform, beginning an orderly wind down on Sunday. So that is today, if you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it. The announcement sent Bitmart token tumbling, with the exchange token posting double-digit losses over the last 24 hours. The platform urged users to close positions and withdraw assets without delay. Bitmart attributed the decision to a review of its operations, market conditions, and future strategic direction. And here is the quote from them specifically. Bitmart has made the difficult decision to commence an orderly wind down of its trading platform operations. We deeply regret having to make this decision. And they did also post an official post on the Twitter X platform. The notice sets a staged timeline. So guys, it's starting today, again, July the 26th. Futures accounts switched to reduce only mode on July the 26th, and spot trading also stopped accepting new orders today. So that is what is happening. So negative news, winding down another cryptocurrency exchange. I mean, it isn't really having a very strong impact on the crypto market like FTX did back in mid or late November 2022, when we did see tokens crash. I mean, FTX was that was the biggest exchange, or one of the biggest exchanges. They were neck and neck with Binance. So that really did have the crypto market tumbling. Also, the crypto market at that time wasn't as big. But guys, good news here. Zave Crypto posting this. Leisure Capital Management has disclosed a $206,000 position in Franklin Templeton's XRP ETF. So despite the cryptocurrency's lackluster performance, we are seeing institutions and institutional investors investing in institutional products that are tied to cryptocurrency. Most importantly, I think for you and I, guys, XRP. So Franklin XRP Trust, you guys can see that there, and you can see the position there. I think it's, 190,000, roughly 190,000 shares of the Franklin Templeton ETF. So big news there from some of these major firms. $13 trillion just spoke. So Charles Schwab here, guys, one of the biggest names in finance, is calling the Clarity Act a fundamental catalyst that needs to pass. We're still waiting on this thing, and hopefully we can see some movement before that August recess. Listen to this.
Hey, Sam. Yeah, as you and I have spoken many times this year, Clarity Act is something we continue to watch. We think this is a really important fundamental catalyst for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. We're getting closer to the summer recess that, August 10th, the Senate heads home. Then they come back and it's midterms time, right? They're going to be campaigning, they're going to be out. And so the risks are, if this bill doesn't get passed in the next few weeks, it might be delayed till after the midterm. So that's something we're watching pretty closely. And obviously something that we think is very important and needs to pass.
Guys, it's traditional finance that are clamoring to get into the space, but of course they need the regulatory clarity. They're not coming in unless they have that. So that is what they're saying here. We also have this from Cointelegraph, just giving us the header here. Coinbase's Faryaz Shirzad. He says it's time to pass the Clarity Act, and we heard him say this the other day, arguing policymakers cannot let the perfect be the enemy of the good, or perfect be the enemy of good. Brad Garlinghouse also did comment on this the other day. If you guys remember that, that was from July 22nd. Perfect can't be the enemy of good. Let's get this done. However, John Deaton has a different perspective on this. He says Coinbase's Faryaz Shirzad is 100% on the bullseye, but personally, he's very disappointed in the Clarity Act. He says, I think it's outrageous and un-American that customers can't receive interest related to their holdings of crypto tokens or stable coins. I call it un-American because it protects banks when there's disruption of an industry. That's an industry that has opportunity to adapt and integrate with a new technology or become irrelevant and die. That's the whole idea of American capitalism. Our government shouldn't pick winners and losers, period. If I was in the Senate, I would have fought like hell against banks. But if they have enough senators in their pockets, as they currently do, it doesn't mean I wouldn't vote for clarity because I didn't get everything I wanted. So to the Democrats, Trump has already made $1.4 billion in crypto. I hate it. Hell, when Dick Cheney awarded Halliburton a multi-billion-dollar contract for the Iraq War, while still on Halliburton's payroll, I thought that violated ethics, so I don't like it either. But with or without clarity, Trump will likely make another billion or more. Trump and his family have, or rather are heavily invested in defense companies. Are we going to suspend all funding with defense contractors because Trump or his family may benefit? No, of course not. Why would we treat crypto any different? So why punish tens of millions of Americans because of one man? I only ask that you love America more than you hate Donald Trump. This is kind of, the perspective here. I think some people have turned on President Donald Trump over the last couple of years. This is a bipartisan issue. We really shouldn't make cryptocurrency about what president is going to be gaining what from it. We have to kind of look at the bigger picture, I think, especially in the United States, and realize, guys, this is a fundamental shift in finance, the structure. Years ago, we didn't care who was in office. We just wanted crypto to thrive. So who cares about the politics behind the scenes? We want our cryptocurrencies to move up in price. And guys, adoption, that's how it's going to get done at scale. So here we've also got Ripple partner Visa and Lian. So these are two Ripple partners. They're completing Greater China's first live agentic B2B payment. AI native global financial infrastructure provider Lian has completed Greater China's first live B2B agentic transaction. The transaction completed is using LoopX Pay. Okay, so that's Lian's AI agent. That's supported by Visa's agentic directory for trusted AI agent interactions. And according to the two companies, such transactions highlight how AI-enabled commerce can help SMBs, streamline purchase and payments. Down here, it tells you exactly how that is occurring. Here's a quote: AI-powered commerce experiences can help businesses simplify purchases and payments while maintaining the control and oversight they require. For SMBs, that means less complexity in managing day-to-day commercial activities and more time focused on growth. So for businesses that want to grow, obviously this is a good move. As businesses increasingly look to embed intelligence into purchasing and payment experiences, trust will become a critical enabler of adoption. And, if you have AI agents, essentially doing the work for you, you can probably rely that they will be unbiased and they will just conduct the transaction as programmed. Through our collaboration with Lian, we are helping advance the trusted foundations that businesses will need to participate in this next era of commerce with confidence. So here we have, again, two Ripple partners connected to China, Visa and Lian, doing this to make B2B payments faster and more efficient, guys, over the XRP ledger. So that's great news. Then I saw this from Ripples in Wales. The world is changing, my friends, and I don't know if you caught what Donald Trump posted on his Twitter X banner for a short period of time. Ripples in Wales, though, saying, the world is changing. People utilizing the power of the internet are finally able to communicate with each other, and together they are rejecting the shackles that the powers that be have tried to place upon the masses. Money shall not be controlled like it has been by unseen hands in dark rooms. For XRP is the spark plug that ignites the engine of a bulldozer of change that will ram right through their walls of stagnation, guys. These walls will come down. Do you remember this from years ago? This is a Bearableguy banner from Bearableguy's Twitter X. Well, looky here, guys. There's a connection between this. Ripples in Wales noticed Donald Trump did post this on, this wasn't on Truth Social, I don't think. I think this was on Twitter X. No day shall erase you from the memory of time, it says. Look familiar? Blue bricks? And I don't know if you guys remember Nick Bougalis from, I think this was 2018. I did a video on this 2 years ago. I originally did this video in 2018, but then Nick Bougalis called me out on it saying, I'm not Bearableguy. I still think that maybe Nick Bougalis could be Bearableguy. Here's the video I did on that. I re-released it 2 years ago just because I didn't care. And Nick Bougalis doesn't work for Ripple anymore. I'll link that video up here if you guys are interested in seeing it. Interesting to note, that blue brick that Nick Bougalis received in 2018, I think, or 2019 as an award, connected to possible Bearableguy themes. And then I saw this from White Wizard, okay? This coming from White Rider XRP here on Twitter. Today is the day reflected in all the Bearableguy posts. So this is what White Wizard has noticed. Remember, if it isn't today, it will be August the 8th. So I have a feeling there's a bit of a range there where we could see something connected to something Bearableguy related, okay? July 26th in the Julian calendar, and that's today. But if we look here, guys, remember, this is the latest Bearableguy riddle, New Year Maya Intergalactic, and I had to look that up. What is that? So the Galactic Intergalactic Mayan New Year is celebrated on July the 26th, each year following the day out of time on July the 25th. So there's a bit of a range. Like I said, is it July 25th? Is it July 26th? And how does that move towards August the 8th? Well, another interesting fact here, this Bearable Guy riddle from a couple of Christmases ago, National Day of the Cowboy, 4th Saturday in July. And guys, the 4th Saturday in July was just yesterday, July the 25th. So that's interesting. Now, let's note this, all or nothing. Remember this Bearable Guy riddle from a few years ago. National All or Nothing Day is July the 26th. So are we seeing a theme here? Maybe Bearable Guy is telling us something. And then this one, guys, Day Out of Time, Green Day, so planetary peace through culture. That is also July the 25th. And this was, again, a Bearable Guy riddle from a few years ago. So are we going to see something special between now and August the 8th? It's a short window. I'm interested to see if something does happen based on this. I mean, market has been fairly quiet for quite a while, and I have a feeling we could be in for something really exciting very soon, whether it's another big catalyst event that'll bring the market down, or maybe a catalyst event that'll bring the market up. You guys can always follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you're interested in seeing what I'm doing for this particular crypto cycle. Again, the subscription is only $5 a month, but you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock into that price. You should also come check out the Working Money Channel merch store if you guys are interested in purchasing some Working Money Channel merchandise. Look at that. I got Bearable Guy t-shirts for you. Check it out, 15% off until the end of the summer. Link is in the description of the video. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.